Today we have a 2-for-1. We have a Beats Studio noise canceling Bluetooth and wired headset. I want to talk about that. Actually, the initial intention of this video was for this battery, and I thought I need to demonstrate how it works with something I might charge or not charge. And so I thought, let's talk about both items. First, the headset. Why the Beats Studio? So I may have alluded to, if you follow this channel, you're on this channel and watch videos, I've alluded to in various videos my fitness regimen, and when I'm not outside running, I'm physically inside a gym, and I like to really kind of keep to myself, and I like music a lot, and I use the headsets versus the AirPods, I guess. I'm just so afraid I'm going to lose those, and I'm going to do I had done a video recently on the wired ones, so check that out. But so a number of years ago, more than probably 5 years ago now, I got my first set of Beats Solo, and they worked great. They're actually less expensive, and the pads are smaller on here. In fact, if you hang on, I do have a wired set of the Solo, and I don't have, oh yes, I wasn't going to talk about them in this video. I didn't even think to talk about them. So I have, let me backtrack to make a long story longer. These are Beats Solo. Okay. At my first attempt to buy a pair of headphones like this, I inadvertently, this is like more than 5 years ago probably now, bought a non-Bluetooth and wired only. I didn't even think they made such a thing. I bought them online. So they're tethered. To me, kind of useless at the gym. Just, I mean, yeah, at one point people walked around with earbuds, and people probably still do at times. So I went out and bought the exact same pair as these, Bluetooth. They worked great. I rarely had to charge the battery. Reasonably priced. You can still buy them today. And I was on a business trip. Here we go. And and I should also mention, you can replace. The only thing I had to do was replace the ear pads, and you can order those on Amazon or wherever. And these just pull off. There's like double-sided tape, and you put the new ones on, good as new. I haven't had to replace these because I rarely use these. Maybe sometimes if I'm laying in bed. I have a tendency of laying in bed and falling asleep if I listen to something. And if you use these, they stay on all night, and the battery goes down. But the wired ones, it's not really a problem. So I was on a work trip, and I had to drive late to an airport, so I decided to stay at a hotel next to the airport. So I parked my car, rental car, because I was coming back, and I remember it was wintertime, and there was like chunks of ice snow like just around in the parking lot because they had plowed, and there's still pieces around. So I get out of the car, and I go in the back seat to get my overnight bag, and I'm so tired. I just driven 2 hours, and it's like 10:30 at night, and I kicked something, and I just assumed it was the snow or whatever. And whatever, go to my room, and I get to my room, and I realize, and you probably know where this is going, my computer bag is open, and I look at it, I'm like, it looks like nothing fell out. Remember, I'm exhausted at that point. So then the next morning, really early, like 4 a.m, whatever, I have to go to the airport. I put my stuff in the car, I pull out, I drive over something, and I'm like, oh, it must have been that chunk of ice. Wrong. It was my headset that I fell out of my bag, and then I kicked under the car thinking it was snow, and ran them over. So when I got home that night, it was a Friday night, I realized I put it together. It all clicked. And I tried calling the hotel. Maybe I got lucky and didn't totally run it over. Somebody found it, turned it in. There was no sign of it. And that was my expectation. And they all have a case similar to this. And these are pretty hard cases. I like these cases. And they come with like a wire like this. And you can stick a USB charger in there too. And so I went to Best Buy because, again, I'm like, oh, I gotta have my music to go to the gym. So I was gonna buy the exact same pair, but they were out, I think. So I ended up buying Studio, which are significantly more expensive. But let me tell you something about the noise cancellation. Whoa. It has a couple of modes. When you have it on full noise cancellation, it does drain the battery a little bit faster, but still, it's not like your workout is 8 hours. I might charge it once a week, maybe, and I'm at the gym 5 times a week. So I really, really like these, and they're really nice. It took a little bit used to getting to the extra padding because you sweat and everything at the gym, where this has a little less. If I were to probably buy another pair, I would probably buy another pair of Solos just because they're a little smaller. But and I've thought about buying another pair for my other location. And the other application I use them for is mowing the lawn, using a leaf blower, that kind of thing. And you don't even have to listen to music. You could just turn on the noise canceling part, like if you're on a flight or something like that and you just want to tune out everybody. Works perfect. So that's that. And I just bought Beats because there's Bose, there's others out there. I just bought Beats because whatever, here we go. It was like kind of, I think somebody had a pair, or I saw them at somebody, the gym or whatever. And I was just like, oh, that's what I'm going to get. But I'm sure comparable is Bose and others, but this is what I like. Okay, so let's talk about, I suppose I could turn them on, right? So you just hold down the little button. So that has a full charge, actually, and I even used them this morning. Actually, I used them. So here's the thing. I haven't charged them since last week. I used them for about an hour and a half this morning. I used them yesterday for about an hour. I used them Friday for some time, probably about an hour, maybe something like, I don't know. The point being is, it just showed I have a full charge. And you can see the jack for the cable. So if you want to go old school and be tethered, and then the volume controls are here. And really, the way to activate the noise canceling is you hold the button down again, and that works pretty well. And then here's for the USB charger, really easy. You can also advance your music. That is the one thing that's been confusing to me. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't, and I end up stopping my music, and I can't figure out how to start it again, and I have to go get my phone. But first world problems, right? All right, let's get into the battery really quick. So my kids have these, and I remember commenting like, "Oh, that's really cool!" Like, and I think everybody has those little USB ones that they're like a keychain size. And they use them to charge their devices in the car. Not that we allow them to be on the screens like around the clock. That is definitely monitored. But they must have heard me comment on it, and then sure, I forget whether it was for Christmas, birthday, whatever, or Father's Day. They gave me one. And while I don't use it often, it is extremely handy. I just recently, I mostly used it when I was traveling internationally to Switzerland. It came in handy, and I used it daily, especially on the long train rides and this and that and the other. You just don't know what you're gonna have available, and this thing will charge up everything and have plenty of power left. So I thought to show this, I would just charge the headphones, which they're fully charged. So a couple things, as USB, what was that? USB-C, I guess. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. And then these also come with built in. Now this was for my iPhone. My daughter broke it. And it was like, whoops, she was messing around with it or whatever, broke it. Oh, sorry, Dad. That was that. So I have to use this. So they just recently replaced theirs. They had theirs for a few years, but they use them like almost daily. They stopped holding in charge, or at least my sons did. To charge them, it's just the typical, AC plug. Pretty easy. And then it will, using this button in the back, see, it'll tell you how much is charging. When you are charging it, the numbers will blink. They'll blink at you to let you know it's charging. And then let's see what will happen here. Nothing will probably happen because it's fully charged, which is a fail for the video, but just wanted to show you. So when you plug this in, all the dots light up and you can see it blinking to let me know that's blinking to let me know it's charging. So it must have been like one dot, like barely used to charge. Now, what I can show you is see, now you can see it blinking. It does take a while to charge. It's a slow charge. So like when I'm done with it, I usually charge it up and then I don't bother with it until after I use it for something else again. And I try to let it run down. I don't always try to keep it at 100. So the last question is, you may say, well, what's the brand? What's the model? So that's where I'm a little at a loss. I don't have the packaging for it anymore. I probably ripped it open when I got it and was like, this is cool. And it hasn't, like, no branding on it. Well, maybe here we go. Let me try to read that. Product name, power bank. Lithium battery. Type C. USB output. AC input. Model HX10013. This is like an eye chart, so I'm really struggling here. Yeah, so you could probably made in China, Rojas compliant, CE compliant. Yeah, you could probably Google it. Power bank, USB power bank. I highly recommend this, and I'm not doing in terms of paid product endorsement because I don't even know the manufacturer or anything like that. But check this out. These, I'm sure if I was a paid pitch man, I wouldn't be so indifferent, but I'm not. I'm just telling you the truth. I recommend these. I use them. If you're working out and you need something lighter weight, I recommend the Bluetooth version of the Beats Solo. But if you are just hanging out, whatever, Studio is definitely an upgrade. Like, I understand why it's Studio, because it really cancels everything out. This, you can still sometimes overhear things over your music, but it has to be pretty loud. Well, that's it. Comment. Let me know. Let me know what you guys do for headphones. Be interesting to know. If anyone has something like this or has this unit, and you know the brand information, manufacturer information, please feel free to comment. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.